Hi there, Minecrafters. Welcome back. It's been quite a while since I've made one of these tutorial or instructional videos where I explain how a mod works, but I actually think my last one was Red Power 2, and I still love that mod. It's great. It's really great. I love Red Power 2. However, today I'm going to look at applied energistics. Going to create a new world. Let's just call it A. Well, we're going to make it survival, but we're going to cheat the hell out of this because we're just going to review a mod. So we really want to just spawn items in because applied energistics is a mid to end game. Oh, this is a awesome spawn. Well, one thing you need to know, guys, I'm on Minecraft. Well, you can see on the screen there's an update for applied energistics, but that's for 1.5.1, and I'm on 1.4.7 because I'm actually running the Direwolf 20 mod pack from Feed the Beast. So, if you want this seed, check it out. I'll read the numbers aloud. 1 4 2 3 9 4 1 2 2 4 5 1 9 8 9 1 9 0. There we go. That's the seed. If you want it. I don't know why, but some people just think it's fun to use seeds from other people. I prefer actually to just run my own seeds or generate new seeds if needed be. Anyway, one thing I can't help myself when seeing a village like this is find the chest from the, what's his name? The blacksmith. Don't they have a blacksmith in this city or village? I guess not. Well, that's even more weird. That's strange. Anyway, let's get into this mod. Applied energistics. So let's head over to Minecraft mode or Minecraft, whatever, creative mode. Here we go. Applied energistics. Right there. And you can see this mod brings a lot of new items. I'm not going to go into the ore, but basically you find these, they're called quartz crystal, you mine them, awesome. You get quartz crystal, surprise, and sometimes quartz dust will drop. However, you can also craft the dust from crystals, etc. I'm not going to waste your time going into recipes. However, I'm going to waste your time actually using the mod for something fun. Let's just make it daytime again. But before we can use it for something fun, we need to check out that tunnel or dungeon over there. I just spot getting distracted 101. Let's just get right there. There we go. Even though I'm in creative, I have to check the chests. I don't know if you guys have this, but I just gotta go check them. Anyway, to start out with using applied energistics, well, applied energistics, what is it? Well, if you remember logistics pipes, you also remember buildcraft, moving items along in pipes. You also know red power, and you know industrial craft. Okay, then you take out a big pot, put in half a liter of water, 2 spoonsful of industrial craft 2, a dash of red power 2, and well, 2 centiliters of logistics pipes, and you stir and heat for 20 minutes, and then you just taste it with the forestry. That's applied energistics. That's a good recipe. Write it down. Go cook it. Okay, here we go. First thing you want is some power, so red power. You can, in the config files, adjust how Applied Energistics uses power. We are using red power as default. So let's just get a few of those up here. There we go. Go away. I think that's one of Paul Senior's chickens. Or Junior, whatever. First thing you need is a control unit. So let's just search for ME. And we should get them right here. We're just going to spawn everything we want to play with. So, controller, there we go. You take the controller, hook it up to a power source. It should, well, if I wasn't so retarded to turn the power the wrong way, they should power up Omni. Let's just turn this on the opposite because we want to see this happen. Okay, look at the front. There's a black bar. Bam! Full of power, and it uses power. Who would have guessed? Or would have guessed? Okay, and we're going to need some cable. ME cable. There's different kinds of cable. The colored ones won't connect to each other, but they will all connect to the standard cable. So, you can see cable. These cable are able to transfer items, anything in an item form, just like Buildcraft pipes, red power tubes, and Energistics pipes. So once you have this, you want to hook something up, depending on what you want. If you want a farm, if you watch one of my videos where I showed you my server, where I built this mod into my base as my main storage. Well, okay, let's create a storage. So you have different ways of store items or storing items. We have these. One thing is very important is you have something to store items on, and items are stored like data. So you need disks. There's 4 types of disks. There's 1K, 16K, 64K, and 4K. I don't know why the order is reversed. 1, 4, 16, and 64. We're just going to hook ourselves up with some 64. Okay, first thing is the chest. Most basic item. You can see there's a chest. You have to notice this one up here. There's no power in it right now. So it needs power. Bam. It should power up. Well, we also need to insert a disk. Let's just call them disks. Makes it easier to understand. There we go. And you can see it's green. And now we can store shit in them. Let's just put our chest in there. Redstone conduit. Stuff we don't use now. You can actually put other disks inside the chest. However, if there's something on the disk, they won't go in. So let's take these. You can take it out, and now you got everything you put in it on this disk. It's right here in your hand now. Woo! Awesome. Anyway, let's open it again. Put this one in, and now we got this one with data on. You can see it even says it's 1537 bytes used. No, I can't put it in, but I can put an empty one in. Nice to know. The other way of storing items, and that's probably the one you're going to use most. Well, this one you can pump items into using pipes or farms and hoppers, whatever you can think of. If you have any item output from anything, you can just pump it into a chest. Just remember the chest gets full. Let's destroy this. This is the ME drive. You have to think of this as a server, a storage server. This one had the items in from before, and you can see one drive is filled and it's green. So we can put these in as we please. And you can see it shows us what drives are available. But how can I access the items? Well, you can't from this thing. This is just a server. It just stores data. To access items, you need a access terminal. This terminal can be placed anywhere on the network, and you can place as many as you want. And here's one of the neat things with applied Energistics. Check this out. The pipe goes in there, or cable, and we're just going to hook this one out there because now these are not connected. Well, they are. In applied Energistics, they are connected because all the recipes requires one piece of cable, making it possible to connect through items. And you can see now we can access them. Well, our items are over there. I can't reach. Well, there we go. I can't reach. I'm clicking. No, can't reach. But I can reach this, and I can take items out over here. Holy crap. I can put items in from the terminal. You can place the terminal anywhere. You can also have one here and access that one here, and access that one. And you can see these are still connected, even though there's only cable to one of them, and that's the controller. That's awesome. Now there's one thing I really prefer using. That's the wireless access point. In order to be able to use wireless access, you need to add the access point there. However, the access point need something here. Well, you need a terminal. That's this one. But you can see it says unlinked and there's no signal. You need to make the controller hooked up to a network, so you can have different networks alongside of each other. So you have red network using red cable, brown using the brown cable, etc. Once you have done that and you have hooked the wireless access point up to your controller, you can see it's right there using power. You can take your terminal and drop it in there, and now it's linked. And you can access by right-clicking. There we go. However, there's a limitation on how far away you can access, as you can see. So what's that? Roughly 16 blocks or something? Yeah, roughly 16 blocks. So you could do this. You can extend the signal with multiple access points. But there's also a funny little thing to help you increase your range. Wireless. Here we go. It's this one, the wireless booster. You just open your access point and drop this one in. Check this out. And I think it's up to, well, this one doesn't count. This one. There we go. 32 blocks. No. Doesn't work. Well, you get the idea. I have no idea why it's not working. Why it's not working? Some people say you should place it right next to the controller, but that's a lie. You can place the wireless access point anywhere. Oh well. Anyway, you get the idea. Next up, well, we're going to keep them right there. It's quite handy to have. Next up is crafting. You can craft using this machinery as well, and in order to craft, you need to build a crafter. And for that, you need a few things. Daylight, please. Thank you. You're going to build a very large machine. Well, I'm going to build a very small machine. I think / hope this is possible. A 3 by 3. Well, this is silly. Let's make it 4 by 4. You start out by building a frame just like this. Your standard space frame structure. There we go. Then you're going to place heat vents in the empty areas. Oops. There we go. Now this step is important. Before you close up, you need to place crafting CPUs. They determine the speed of items you're crafting. Then you also need to place ME pattern provider. They determine the amount of storage or memory this unit have. It needs to remember recipes. But we're just going to place 1, well, 2, and there, and fill up with CPUs. And of course, close it off with the heat vent. There we go, and you can see the texture changed when we did that. So let's just get rid of these items. Let's hook it up with cable. And you're now able to craft. Well, you can sort this by stored items, viewable items, and craftable items, but there's no recipes. That's because we need to actually tell it how to craft and what to craft and where to do it, in case there's multiple steps involved. And for that, we need a pattern encoder. Let's just get a few patterns. A pattern encoder is a block that you can place anywhere, just like anything else, but you don't need to hook it up. In here, you tell it the recipes, and the recipes are stored on these blank patterns. So let's start out simple. We got wood, oak, as usual. We know oak turns into planks. Yeah, and 1 pattern goes for 1 recipe and code. We also, well, now we need planks. We know 2 planks becomes a stick. Yeah. We know 3 planks like that becomes a slab. And we know 4 planks like that is a crafting table. Not that you're going to need it now. And staircases. They use a lot of planks. Well, now that we have slabs, we could, in theory, create something like, well, whatever. That's a few recipes. Oh, I forgot the little button. Yes, yes, we forgot you. There we go. Little button. Okay, we got the recipes now in our inventory. And they just contain text and binary code. You just drop them into your molecular assembly chamber. Hold shift and you can see what they actually craft. That's cool. So you can see, oh, I got this recipe. I don't need to create another. Okay. But the network don't have anything in it. So let's just drop items in. We have dropped. Well, let's take out the planks because they can't defeat the purpose. Well, let's do something fun here. Let's just place 5 oak wood in there. If you remember, our recipe was created with oak wood. And just fill up with birch wood. So, I'm over here. And I want some staircases. And you can see it says craft. I'm going to hit the craft. Well, I want 64. Begin. And you can see it's actually creating. But it's not using birch wood. The reason for that is birch wood is going to create a different kind of staircase now, colors, etc. Well, the planks, you can see birch planks, it's called 5-2, where oak planks is just 5. You can't tell the difference. But if we refill with oak planks, it creates the rest I need. And I got my 64 stairs from over here. Don't tell me that's cool. Not cool. That's very cool. Okay. Now we want to create something else. we're just going to do something over here. Let's hook up a quarry. No, let's hook up 2, like so. And you want the items to go into your network. Well, we have 2 options. One, we can drop it directly into. But if you remember the quarries, if you start these, items will just fly out of the top. That's no good. That's why we have something called the interface. No, that's a printer. ME interface, there we go. And we're going to try 2 different methods. Well, some people would just hook up a pipe on the top, so let's just hook that up on the top. We're going to get into how it works later. And alternatively, you could hook it up like this and then attach with a pipe. Like so. But you still need to remember to hook these up. So let's just hook them up to the network. There we go. And these are now hooked up. Going to get some power. Red. There we go. And we're going to see how these quarries will run. No, not how they run. We know how they work. But let's see what's gonna happen. Let's just make sure they have enough power. And you can see they're clearing out, as they should. I like this speed. Yeah, good working speed. Not sure why they become so slow at the end. Oh, it's working. Apparently, I don't see any items flying out anywhere, even though it's mining quite fast. This one, well, you can tell the items are right there in huge chunks. There's nothing in here. This one over here, nothing. However, if we look here, we can see stuff flowing into. You can see cobblestone increasing, dirt increasing. That means basically all items mined are being pulled in from the interface. You need to think of the interface as a block that can work across multiple mods, even mods that the mod developer didn't think of. As long as you can hook something up to it, like a Buildcraft pipe or something like that, it will work. And you can see we're now getting resources, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. That brings us to the next step. There we go. Look at this. That's quartz right there. We're going to look at how you're going to hook up something like a furnace. There we go. I think it was tin. Even the aluminium, well, we got copper. That's great. And we all know when we create something with copper, the first thing we want to do, we want to grind it up as a dust. After that, we're going to cook it. Well, some nerds are going to say, well, that's just a waste, because you could use something called factorization and create 166% more items. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to do that. We're going to use a powered furnace. And what's it called? The grinder. Well, we have to scroll to around block 2000. Here we go. Pulverizer. Oh, how could I forget? How could I forget? Anyway, let's switch to daylight. There we go. We know a pulverizer. It's right there. Let's get it up so we can see it. Yeah, there we go. So we want to polarize the items these two are acquiring right now. And after we have polarized them, well, you could, of course, with thermal craft, place the powered furnace right next to it. But that, no. That's too easy. We want to showcase applied energistics. So there we go. The furnace is there. We're going to hook up cable. Well, how are you going to hook up cables to this? Well, you're not. But I'm moving the cable to them. Okay. Here's the trick. You need something called a bus. No, that's not the one you ride on, but that's the one items ride on. And you can see we have different kinds of buses. Export bus, which is this one. You hold shift and right click where it should put items in. And you can right click it and define specific items if you want to. It's called an export bus because it exports items from the applied energistics network to something else. Okay, it's that simple. And the interface is, well, that giveaway. Drop filter items, drop in. Well, I only want the dead bushes in this. So it will put in dead bushes. If the block allow it. You have to remember that. The block has to allow it. You can control it with different kinds of redstone and stack or single items and craftable. So in case you need to craft something, you can tell it to craft items. We're just going to put it to stacks. Well, we're going to remove it. We don't need that. The other one is a import bus. It's going to pull items out of that side of the block if the block allows it and into the network. And the interface is the same, single stack, craft, whatever. Well, it's not going to craft items and pull. The last one is a storage bus. Well, let's see, barrel. If we are so silly, we're using these. Some people think they're cool. I don't. You can place one of these on above and store items in here, and it's able to put items in and pull them out as needed. And yeah, semi-awesome, I guess. I don't see why I would use barrels when I have this awesome thing. Well, if you use barrels, then you can see how many fucking items you have in your network. Well, the mod developer has thought of that. That's why we got a ME. Let's see it. Where is it? The monitor. It's right there. Storage monitor. And you can place this anywhere you want. We're just going to place it right here. It's empty now. And you're just going to right click with the item you want to show. And I can see I have 3,894, 16, 20, 21, cobblestone in the network. And you can do that with any items. Oh, I don't have any of these. I don't have any, but I got a shitload of these. And if you shift and right click with a wrench, it says the storage monitor is locked and you can't change the content. That's awesome. Now we're just going to empty everything we don't want into the network. These colors indicate how full these items are, and you can see, well, plenty of room. It's still only filling up one of these, and to prove that, let's just hook up a chest. We know it needs power, so let's just place it right there. And take this one out. You can take it out. No, let's do this. Way over here. Power. Chest. This is the items from the quad. Oh, you see this? And now the network is almost empty. Well, only has the items just arrived from the quarry while we went over there. That's awesome. Put that in. That's that in. And recheck, and you can see all the items is back. Well, yeah, I'm speechless. Anyway, back to crafting. The reason thermal craft is great is because you can control input and output of the items on the side of the blocks. The first thing we need is a interface block, because as you remember, I said it's used to interact between different mods. Well, you can pull and put items in and out using the export and import buses. However, how do you tell this computer that if you put copper ore into this, copper dust will come out? The computer won't know, but you have to tell it, and you tell it by doing, well, let's just adjust this block first. We want items in from the top and out from the right. There we go. Top blue. Turn the rest of them off, except the right one. We're going to leave that as blank. That's very important, but open. So items come in from there and out from here. Let's just hook up some power. So it's powered. And on the top, we're going to place this interface block, the same one we used over there in the quarry. But we need to let the machinery know what to do with the block. And for that to work, we need, well, let's just take one copper ore. Open the crafting padding encoder again and put it in there. And you can see it doesn't know the recipe, because what am I supposed to do with this? Well, you're going to make dust. Let's see, copper dust. Okay, and you're going to save it on this recipe or pattern. Now, instead of putting the pattern in there because it won't do any good in there, we're going to put it in this interface, like so. Well, we're going to hook a cable up first. Brilliant. No. Oh, I shift clicked it, so it went over there into the storage. Let's just see. No? Oh, that's the dust. I'm so silly. Take the recipe or pattern and put it into processing. Now this entire network knows that if I put copper ore into this block right here, it will put out copper dust. But how do I get it out? Well, you get it with a import bus. Where is it? It's right there. And let's try this. Switch to crafting. Well, I want dust 64 begin. And you can see the light immediately turned on and it filled all the copper in there. One thing we did do wrong. One copper ore actually makes 2 copper dust. The recipe says only 1. So it's going to make twice as many as we need. We can fix this. We can take a craft. You can see crafting terminal and a crafting monitor. We're going to take a crafting monitor, just placing right there. And you can see what's crafting, if there's a queue, and you can stop crafting. I was actually hoping I was able to stop that, but no. I can just take this out. That's one way to stop it. And let's just grab one copper dust again. Make a new pattern. We know it's going to make 2 per 1. This recipe is correct. Put that in there instead. So we get 2 and just. So now we can do that. And we're going to do the same with this block. Pipe, import, power. And except we're going to turn the dust into a ingot. So let's just take all the dust we have, so we don't have anything in the network now. One dust becomes one ingot. Encode. There we go. Head over to this terminal. No, not that one. And we're just... Okay. Turn the daylight back on. Okay, check this out. We know there's copper ore in there, in the server. But I need copper ingots. I can now find the copper ingot. I know there's one in there. I can also search for them up here. Well, I'm going to take that one out. I need that. Well, I need 10. Oh no, there's no more, and there's no dust in there because some idiot just deleted it. So we can craft ingots. Well, I need 10. Begin. And you can see it automatically starts to create the dust first, and it's then going to move it over and craft the ingots. And you see the dust is there, and we have powered the wrong block. Brilliant, there we go. And it's preparing the ingots for me. How cool is that? Let's just see. Okay, hang on, I'm going to reply to this text I just got. One moment. And yeah, texting done. Okay. We got our ingots. Well, let's just put them back in there. We don't need that right now. So, and the quarry stops. Lava. Oh. Let's see, that was... there we go. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Stupid quarry, don't auto restart. That's the basics. So what's up next? Well. Let's just see what we got. I completely lost it because I had to write that text. Okay, we have the pre-formatter. Well, that's just one shitty block. Oh, you can place it like... Oh, I'm just confused. If you have one of these... Well, where's the disks? Let's take one of the empty disks. There we go. We take one disk and we only want to store one specific type of item on it. We want to store cobblestone. We're going to name it cobblestone. And we're going to press format. Format. And you can see when you hover, it says pre-formatted. That means right now it will only store cobblestone. Why you would want to do that, I'm not sure. Maybe if you're one that travels a lot and you need to bring a specific type of items with you, I don't know. And if you're going to talk about amount of items, well, you could use the interface as well. That's just one of... You can see it's orange. That's because it's only accepting one block type. Let's see. The interface, let's just... We know we have a lot of cobblestone. And... it's called Well, what is it called? Build... Okay, let's calm down. XY blocks. A fabricator. Why doesn't it show? Anyway, you know the fabricator can pull blocks from the blocks next to it. So imagine this as a chest as well. The interface block again. And let's just see the fabricator. Well, we can use that to create staircases if we want to. let's put this one on. We would like to control our staircase, because if I'm going to do this, I can say, well, this interface should act as a chest and constantly keep 64 stone in there. Okay, this one is the chest area. It reads, I need 64 stone. Right now there's 64 stone. So this acts as a chest right now. And this one, when we put this, yeah, you saw that? The second you enable this, it's going to pull out from this one and, in fact, pull out from the network, creating stairs. Okay. Well, we're lucky that the XY Craft Fabricator has its own mini storage. Let's just pull them out. Don't like to store items. There we go. And now we have stairs. One way you could do is something called the level emitter. One way you could do. What the hell? Let me try to rephrase that. I need a constant supply of 31 staircases, stone staircases, in my supply at all times. Okay, then I will. There we go. Let's just stop that for a minute because that's going crazy. That's going crazy. How many staircases do we get? 169. Let's get rid of those. Anyway, the level emitter, this one, is an item that can detect how many items of a specific item is in the network and then turn a redstone signal on or off depending what you want, and you can enable a light or something. Okay, we're going to detect for cobblestone stairs. And we need, how many was it? 51? Well, it's 51 now anyway. Emit when levels are above limit. No. Emit when levels are below limit. Yeah. So whenever we have less than 51 in our network, it's going to emit redstone signal. Okay. Whenever this item receives a redstone signal, it's going to craft 4 stone stairs. Okay. Now we can, as soon as I'm going to drop this in, it's going to craft 54 or whatever we said. You can see it's crafting. And it stopped. Okay. One thing I failed to do was to enable this. It's very nice when you do things like this that you... Let's get rid of that one away and place this instead. And you are able to see what actually is going on. And you can see it's created much too much. And that's because there is a delay. We have 116. Okay, I need 255 at all times. 307. There we go. And you can see this should increase slowly. But it will also craft way too many because of the lag or slight delay there is between the interaction of these blocks. And you can see I set the number for 307 and I got 536. Oh well, enough staircases. That's a third way of using this. Right? And let's just get rid of these silly items. ME. Then we have something called the I/O port. That's a quick data transfer. You hook it up to a network like this. And do we have an empty one? We do, in fact, have an empty chest. Well, you can see you can place a disk over here and you have your storage network. Well, the wire is hooked up there. Operation mode, you can set it to do different tasks and active without the signal, active with signal, make it copy. Okay, you're wondering what it does. Well, it basically copies everything into a network. So imagine the quarry wasn't hooked up and we just used ME chests. Well, why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? Storage. We're going to take a 64. We're going to take a quarry. We got power. Need a ME chest. There we go. Quarry. ME chest on top. Up. Power the chest. Power the quarry. Power quarry. Remember to put in a storage block. I'm not sure this item is able to hold that much items that's going to come out of this hole, but we're going to see. There's a limitation on these storage blocks. The limitations is amount of items, different type of items, and also an amount. You can see bytes used is basically how many items you can fill in there, and different items have different volumes. Types, well, you can see we have dirt in there right now, so that's one type. I'm pretty sure we'll get some cobblestone soon, and that's going to come in as a second type. So you can have 64 different block types in there. And you can see bytes, dirt, well, it's almost the simplest block in Minecraft. If it's not the simplest, we only have roughly 200 blocks, but they're already taking up almost 550 bytes. Yeah. Why is there no stone in this? Oh, there we go. Let's just give it a second. You'll see now we got stone. That's two types, 2 of 63. Okay, let's take the power from the quarry. Let it slow down to a halt. Wonder how long that takes. Oh, does it pick up those now? Oh, thank God. Almost done. There we go. Stop. Okay, we're going to pretend the quarry is done. It has mined everything. We're going to take our storage block over to our network. And this is our I/O port, our communication port with the network for this. And let's just, well, this is all the items for our quarries. Well, maybe we had 6. Operation mode. Move to output when done. That means when this is empty, it's going to put it over here. So in theory, you could hook it up to something, or maybe just pull it out of the network like that. When done. Okay. Right now, it's not doing anything because I set it to redstone. But, stop it! Stop it! This is just fly it into the network. What? Yeah, it emptied the block into the network and threw itself into because we added the bus, and it went so fast, just like that, and it's done. All the items we just got from Cry are in the network now. How about that? That's awesome. So, in theory, well, let's just. I'm going to show you. You can actually create quite complicated recipes using this. Hey, that's Jakob. Check this out. This is on my server where I'm playing. You can see I got the controller, crafting terminal, everything is set up. Huge storage as well. And let's just switch it to craftable. And you can see I can craft these items, complicated items, some of them. You can see these solar arrays, they're not simple to craft. You need a lot of other items to be able to craft them. Where is the crafting terminal? There we go. You can see I have a crafting terminal, a crafting monitor. Okay, let's try this. We're going to craft a. Do we have? What do we have? Well, the medium voltage is the most difficult one. So let's just create 2 of those. And you can see it's crafting items like a crazy person. And now it tells me I'm missing a RE battery. But it's working because you just need to give it some time because it's melting up items. You can see we're currently crafting 2. We got 1 low voltage ready. It's going to take some time. And everything is set up just like I showed you in the single player world. Just like this. So, the limits, well, I'm having a hard time. Why did they go again? What the hell? Oh well. Yeah, you get down there. The limits of applied energistics, I'm finding it very hard to see any limits. The mod is amazing. And, well, it's not really balanced yet, but there are minor issues. But they are really minor. And a lot of the items I didn't show you are used in recipes like these chipsets. And a cutting knife. You use the cutting knife to cut into a gold-plated assembly with iron on it, and you get this, and then you bake the item, and you get this. That's just like you make silicon chips in real life. You cut them out. Well, real life we use lasers, not manually labor. Anyway, they're cooked afterwards to harden them, to make them resistant over to light impacts and such. And you can see there's a lot. Well, there's not really a lot of items. It's quite simple actually. But you can use it as a control element to control all of your Minecraft optimization, farms, anything really. Personally, I use it to craft. I use it to control my farms. I use it to auto craft. I use it to convert all my liquids into containers and keep my liquid stored in a server like that. Yeah. Well, actually, on the server you just saw, I have 2 servers because one of them is full. And it only takes up 2 blocks. And one of the great things about this mod, it reduces lag a lot. Instead of all the classic pipes where you can see the items flowing through, you don't have this issue here. This is very CPU friendly and very entertaining. I hope you enjoyed this review of the mod, and if you have any comments, suggestions, something, well, actually, I'm going to link this world here so you can download it and play with it. Or you could just create, because I didn't really make anything spectacular. In the description below the video, comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.